Manā skatījumā ir ļoti svarīga. Pēc garšas šī tēma ir ļoti asa. Ziņu topā es varu nešaubīgi pateikt, ka viņa dala pirmo vietu ar izglītību. Mēs tagad runāsim par moderno politisku ieroci nacionālas minoritātes, jeb mazākumtautības. Otra diskusija ir pārmaiņas mazākumtautībām. Changes for national minorities. Video, please, experts.
Minority rights. Who are the national minorities? We live in a world of different races, cultures, languages, religions and traditions. People sharing a culture, a language, a system of beliefs and/or traditions are called an ethnic group. In the 19th century, some of the ethnic groups came together and proclaimed their nation-states over the territories they lived on. Some ethnic groups inhabiting the same territories were quite different and didn't want to change their language, religion or traditions or to unify with the nation that had been formed. And some groups were forced to change their nationalities due to shifting state borders. These groups may be culturally different from the mainstream society, but they want to preserve their identity, so we call them national minorities. In a democratic society, minority groups are respected for being different. And although they enjoy minority rights in community with others, belonging to a minority group is an individual choice. What are minority rights about? Minority rights protect people from being discriminated against on grounds of their ethnic, cultural, linguistic or religious identity. Individuals belonging to minorities must be able to learn and use their language, use their own names, preserve and freely express their identity. Minority rights therefore guarantee equality before the law, protection of basic freedoms, non-discrimination and protection against violence on the grounds of identity, participation in political and public life, possibilities for cooperation with other communities and organizations within states and across borders, access to media, the use of a minority language in private and in public, both orally and written, education in a person's mother tongue. Minority rights promote intercultural dialogue and societal cohesion. As citizens of a country, members of minority groups shall respect the national legislation and the rights of others. Minority rights are an integral part of human rights. They promote tolerance and respect for diversity. Their aim is to ensure that minorities and majorities live peacefully together and support each other in building a better future.
Pārmaiņas mazākumtautībām. Galvenais moderators – Latvijas Republikas Saeimas deputāts, un man ir tas gods Boris Cilevичs. Lūdzu, jums vārds.
Draugi, friends, cultural, religious and linguistic diversity is an asset and a fundamental value of Europe, yet also a challenge. European standards of equality, non-discrimination, protection of minorities are increasingly questioned by nationalists and populists of different kinds. Can we uphold these values? Is the concept and legal framework of minority rights established in the early 90s, after the fall of the Iron Curtain, still topical and instrumental in nowadays Europe? Are cultural diversity and equality essential in the context of democracy? How should diversity be taken into account in the context of security? These issues will be addressed by our excellent panelists today, who represent both politics, academia, and civil society. Let me introduce our panelists. Andreas Gross is a political scientist and expert in direct democracy. For 25 years, Andreas was a member of Swiss National Parliament and for 8 years chaired the Social Democratic Group in the Council of Europe Parliamentary Assembly. Serban Nicolae is a lawyer who entered in politics in the wake of Romanian Revolution in 1989. He was an advisor to the President Iliescu and cabinet minister and member of parliament elected frequently, and now Serban chairs a Social Democratic Group in the Romanian Senate. Sia Spiliopoulou Akermark is a professor of international law and director of the Åland Islands Peace Institute, and no doubt Sia is a leading European expert on minority rights. Sia has been a member and a president of the Advisory Committee on the Framework Convention for the Protection of National Minorities. Evelyn Verhaas worked for Amnesty International and Minority Rights Group, and she was in charge of the programs aiming to protect rights of minority communities in Europe, Middle East, Africa, and Southeast Asia.